Start on one ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Had Powers of the Infinity Stones. Basically, if he was the only one that can wield it. So, yeah, Zuko is. I usually start with him being born. So that's all I always do. So, yeah. Zuko was born and he didn't know how to control his powers. And he faded away. Like everything was like time. Like everybody stopped time. So, yeah, so they had another kid called Zumi. And yeah, she's more of the like a handful because her brother does care. So they both were grown up, or aka he's grown up faster than her. So yeah, makes him the older brother. But she goes to school and he just walks around. Yeah. 15 he goes or they or he go or no, she goes to the UA academy. Zuko still walks around. He uses his powers. Like he's in the between dimension where everyone is paused. Like they're all mannequin dolls, basically. So, yeah, he's basically having a hard time trying to maneuver around. So, yeah, he basically does some weird stuff. Like he did actually turn muscular in. And he also turned in the hero killer stain in without them saying thank you because they're just mannequins. So yeah, they were like it was normal, like they all are still moving around. So Zuko just decides, okay, I need to focus more on my powers. So he goes to UA, and everyone is still like stop time thing. And he is basically powerful enough to. Yeah, he like whacked and some people, they didn't even know it. Like, did you hit me? Todoroki, did you hit me? No, why? Huh. As, yeah. Sometimes he goes and checks on his sister. He, like, sneaks in to the girls' room. And, yeah. He's like, huh, okay. Just checking on you. As no one could hear him or see him or, like, nothing. So he walks out and he beats all the robots and yeah, he basically went out and he trained his own body to make it more stable. But on the other hand, Zumi got one for all and yeah, all that stuff. I'm skipping the ball throw, and here's his villains. But at USJ, he walked right into it. Yeah, he basically flicked a Nomu, grabs Mr. Aizawa, and they all left. He took every student plus pro hero out. And he beats up the villains. And yeah, he basically is tough as nails. But some of that power he needs to focus on. But sometimes he gets too tired. And yeah, he basically tries to, it drives him insane. So the sports festival, Zuko wasn't there, so I'm skipping it all the way to All for One versus All Might. Zuko came in full bore and hits. It's All for One, and with such force that even he couldn't believe it. He grabs All for One's leg and throws him around like a little ragdoll. Yeah, and threw him all the way to the moon. He literally jumped all the way to the moon, too. And yeah, he basically punched All for One all the way from the moon to the sun. Yeah, pretty powerful for being a power kid. That's what his nickname is. So yeah, he basically, and the crime rate, because they don't even know what the heck's going on, so the crime rate went down to 0. There was nothing left until something happened. He actually saved Eri, so I'm skipping that part about Overhaul. And yeah, he basically, and one day there was a meteor was gonna come down and was gonna hit UA, but Zuko already knew where it was coming. So he literally ran up the side of a UA building and just full on kicked it like soccer, or like what Zuko did in Canon for that dodgeball thing. And yeah, he still gets healed from his wounds. So he's now a baddest person. So yeah, in the abandoned warehouse, he actually creates a portal or a machine to make sure to keep him stable from going berserk. So yeah, it activates and it separates him, or not really separates, but copies him. And so there was two different versions of him. Crystal and Zuko. So yeah, they both have same memories and but different personalities. So yeah, they both like went and do like hero works without any hesitation. So yeah, they even like a couple times they join forces and yeah, they start knocking each other's to see who's the best as person. As All Might is like, okay, you two, knock it off. As both Zukus are fanboying, or big fans to All Might. So he says, sorry, All Might, it's been a long time since we both been out of the between dimension. As All Might is confused. Like, wait, what do you mean? Well, I'll let my self, or my female self, explains. As she explains that, or she's a telepath, so she told all about about the between dimension where everybody's like mannequin dolls and yeah. As All Might is like, or Small Might is like, okay, so it's good to have both of you back from that world. But please don't hurt anybody. We won't. We're just stretching our bones out and. Okay? So, yeah, they went to UA as. Or actually. I'm trying to think. Zumi was. Here. Zumi was there, but she didn't really recognize her brother. But she recognizes him when they were toddlers. So, yeah. This is my very short one. So, yeah. They. Bakugo says. Or actually. Well. Only person that really recognizes him is actually Zumi. So she says, "Hey brother, what's up?" As he says, nothing much. How was the family doing? And because, as yeah. She says, "Oh, they're fine. How about you? How are you holding up?" As the female version of him saying, "We're doing fine." And I'm doing fine. It's literally craziness from Azumi and Bakugo exchange looks of, okay, Zuko, who is she, by the way? As one of them points to, oh, her? She's my other self. let's say, because I created a machine that to order for me to separate to enter into this world, I had to separate into two different people. So she's my other self. Off. Okay? Yeah. Huh. Of course she says yeah. But she knows that Zuko, or both her and Zuko, are one entity. She says, think about us as one entity, but turns into two. As Ochako's like, what the heck? Because she just walked in and she saw two new people. As Eraserhead told her about Zuko had two different personalities things. And yeah. And he says to Eraserhead saying, Lisa need to get a thank you for the from rest of you for that meteor thing. I kicked it. As they see a burn mark on his leg started to regenerate. As, yeah, they're like, what the heck? Did you just kick the meteor? That's strong. Yeah. Plus, I think, as he says, here's an embarrassing moment for you. As he says, I think, who do you love more? Bakugo? Huh? Or me? As Bak, or as, of course, she says, okay. As she's like, how did you know about me and Bakugo? Wow, really? As the female self says, when we were in that between dimension, we kind of saw you two doing romantic things to each other. So, yeah. We know. As Bakugo's like, where is Bakugo? Oh, Bakugo's yelling like, we didn't do such things. As, yeah. As one of them shows a picture of them making out thing. Yeah. As she's blushing through the entire thing. She couldn't believe that Zuko from that she never truly met has done that. So yeah, Zumi's like, other than that, I'm glad that you're back with us. Yeah, but it's just it was getting me tired out when having to see all of you as mannequins, dolls. That's why I kind of and oh my, don't worry. I took care of All for One for you. That was me that pushed him around. As All Might is like surprised that I hadn't heard that before. So yeah, Zuko told him, and then yeah, Jiro is like, really? And then Inko, or no, it was the end of school thing. They went back to their house. And yeah, Inko and Isashi were like doing something. And Zumi walks in and says, as this, hey, found I'm home. Good. Okay. So, and by the way, they didn't, like, they knew about Zuko disappeared, but they said, huh, well, I want to ask you, do you know about your, like, brother? As Azumi says, that's funny. I actually brought him, and, or should I say them, as she says, what do you mean, sweetie? As a boat guy and a girl comes out of anywhere and says, don't worry, Mom, as they're so sync, they're like one entity, but they're like, yeah, we're just two people, but we are still one. So Inko's like, okay, who are they? Or actually, Inko, or no, Zumi says, well, then this is my brother. He used the device to split himself into two to just get back into our world. So, or as she explains what happened, as Inko is very happy that her son is back in her presence. So they like gave hugs, yeah. Then all that stuff is going on as yeah, as the fire hero or fire breath hero actually, or Asashi says, well, the how will we put you back together as one entity? We want one. As like yin and yang, or should I say yin and yang, good and evil, were looking at each other's of we we try to fuse ourselves together, but the machine only allowed us to separate into two. So they start working, or I'll just say yin and yang version of Zuko. They both decide to create a machine that fuses both of them together. So they did into the more good looking thing. That one. It's like, yeah, he was, says, good thing I'm back. We're reals this time. Yeah, so, oh, then they, or actually, I don't want to ship them Zuko with Momo. Not yet. But I also don't want to ship Zuko with the has that invisible girl. But I would rather stick with I'll just use Zuko and Momo. So yeah, they both or Momo walks up to Zuko and asks him out on a date. And this is the dumb fun of it, of who will pick for the what if. So, no crazy ideas, Sherry. If you're watching. So, it's just how some what if people. So, yeah. So, Momo and Zuko became, or I was going to pick the her, but the I was like, no. So, that's right, because his reality quirk is similar to Momo's power. Or, no, I had that backwards. Zuko's power of like reality similar to Momo's reality or creative quirk. So yeah. So now they both got married and had crazy kids. So yeah. And Zuko actually went and created his own four dragons that look almost similar to where are they? Where is it? Where is it? I start itching my leg when I start thinking too hard. So let me grab. It's basically like those ones, but they protect like certain people, and their kids were were when I say crazy, they look like the entire world's population. Yeah. So yeah, Zuko in his presence, no one ages, no one dies. So basically, Momo is 16 or 15, and she looks like a 15-year-old old, like similar to Zuko. Or she stays the same, and yeah, She looks like her anime skin or herself, but she stays that way for a long, long time. When she's hanging around with Zuko, she doesn't age, or she, because of that power that Zuko gave her. So yeah. Plus they stay so young. So yeah. So this is the hold on. Alright. Custom cards reviews. I actually had an archetype, but where is it? Crazy archetype. So now let's begin with top person. This one. So this custom cards reviews is right between, because if during these short video things, yeah. So Girl of Coldness is, she's a water level 3 with this effect. Or she's spellcaster effect monster. Attack 200, defense 100. When this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Witcher Fire from your deck or graveyard or banish zone. And in my newer update one, this is the old card design or old card text. And or hand to your field in attack mode. And then this card gains that attack or that effect for once per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you can inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the combined number of this card and which of flames its attack points, and then you can draw 2 cards from your deck to your hand. Then this card is sent to your deck from your graveyard. Basically, it's saying like, oh, I'm going to summon her and then copy her effect. And if I go to a graveyard, I can dash out 300 points of damage. But now we move on to the second card. So, when this card is normal or special summon, you can select one spell / trap card from... Yeah, I did the same thing, the newer one. And from your deck, then place it on your fields in the set mode, and then this card gains 100 attack for each set card off from the field. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon 2 monsters from your deck or graveyard or banish zone or hand to your field in attack mode. And then he gained this effect for once per turn. This card can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and this card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. And it attacks twice in battle. So, yeah, and I don't want to read that much, so yeah. Now, and this one, I really don't know if if it's like you can copy another card, its effect. If it's like 2 or 1, like place one card face down and it gains. Both cards gain that or whatever. Tell me in the comments below. So, now we move on to Shark Girl of Water. When this card is normal or special summon, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each card from both players' graveyards for once per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you can add one fusion spell card from anywhere to your hand, and then this card is shuffled into the deck from your graveyard. And if it does, you can special summon 3 shark tokens, level 4, attack 900 or 9,000, defense 100 or 1,000, water, and if they gets destroyed by battle or by card effects, you can inflict 100 damage to your opponent's life points for each token that got destroyed. So basically, like, activate, like, if your opponent activates Rigeki and clears that up, yeah. So the Angel of Man. It takes 1 Eater Girl and plus 1 Runner Man. When this card is fusion or special summon, you can special summon 2 or less or level 4 or less monsters from your deck or graveyard or banish zone to your hand. Alright. In attack mode, and then this card gains 100 attack for each card from both players' graveyards. If this card is sent to the grave, you can select 1 card from your graveyard or banish zone or deck to your hand. And then this card is sent to the extra deck from your graveyard. If it does, you can increase your life points, or you can increase your opponent's life points times 1,000,000, and they must send 1 card from their own hand to the deck and shuffle it. You can, yeah. So Armored Girl it has to have quick cards. It's basically, I summon Eater Girl, and monster, and like when it's sent to the grave, you can select 2 spell cards, specific ones, and like add to your hand, and this card is normal summoned to your opponent's field in defense mode, and it can't be changed and can't be used for anything. So basically, like, when it gets destroyed, it summons to yourself or your opponent's field, and after you get like 2 equip cards, and yeah, then Angel Girl of Color. This card you can make this card have 900 attack, and it's unaffected by everything and can't be destroyed by battle. If this card is sent to the grave, you can, basically summon all the fusion materials from your graveyard or banish zone or deck or hand to your field in attack mode, and then this card shall summon to your field in the defense mode. Sorry. Now, Shooting Star of Wishes. All monsters from your field gain 200 attack and defense. And then both players must say what they wish for, and it happened. If this card is sent to the grave, you can special summon one Runner Man and one Eater Girl monster to your field from anywhere. So basically, this would be a broken card compared to my like drawing paper thing, like paper duel spell card. It's a field spell that has almost a similar requirement. And yeah, Eater Girl is basically like Man-Eater Bug one. But this one is when this card is normal or special summon, and it's like Sangan, but when it's like summoned by anything, you can select one card from your opponent's deck to the graveyard till 3 turns are up. Then it gets added to your hand for once per turns. If you have like Runner Man on the field, graveyard, or deck, your opponent must discard all cards from their hand to the banish zone, and then this card gains 100 attack for each card from both players' banish zones. If this card is sent to the grave, you can... Yeah, it's like special summons like Runner Man. And this one is like, ha ha ha, let me see. Ooh, I'll take your pot of greed, and I'll play your pot of greed. Now your card goes to the after like 3 turns are up. Now the runner. This run is basically your opponent loses 4,000. You gain 4,000, and both players draw 4 cards. And so I was trying to go for the card or the archetype of Super Robo Yaru, Super Robo Lady kind of thing. Like this one summons her, then him, or her summons him, and like etc. So yeah. Then there's also one card that I have that's probably too powerful. Or 2. So Christmas Fusion. Fusion summon 3 spellcaster fusion monsters from your extra deck. Using monsters from your deck or graveyard or hand, field, or banish zone as fusion materials. And it gains attack, or they gain attack equal to their original attacks. Basically double their attacks. The end of the turn discards activation. You gain life points equal to the amount of attack points gained from this effect at the time of summoning. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, then draw 4 cards from your deck. inflict 200 damage to your opponents. And then this one is basically one of the people from, I tested it. And this one is basically pretty strong if someone uses it with like the pendulum decks. So, yeah, pendulum effect is if this card is in your pendulum zone, you can place one pendulum monster from anywhere to your other pendulum zone, and then this card is special summoned to your field in attack mode. And then destroy all cards from your opponent's field and hand to the banish zone. I'm talking so fast because I don't want to be like trying to beat the 50-hour mark. So, when this card is normal summon or normal or special or pendulum summon, you can make this card's level become the pendulum number by discarding one card from your deck to the graveyard. And then you can add one pendulum monster from anywhere, I believe, from your deck to your hand for once per turn. If this card is sent to your extra deck or graveyard or banish zone, you can place one or place it in from anywhere to your pendulum zone. And then you draw 4 cards from the top of your deck. Basically, it's pretty powerful. And I believe that it's almost done, so yeah. So this one is like summons like multiple like cyber dragons. So yeah. And you like the crazy archetype? And no, Dan, and I'm not gonna add anyone else to it. So I said Dan. So yeah. Wow. I really beat the 50-hour mark. Just look at it. So I moved pretty fast. So peace out. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. And boop.